Hello. Hey, everybody. My name's Diane Coll. Welcome to the pilot episode of Show du Jour. And yes, I put an apostrophe in place of the U. Somebody reached out and said, you misspelled that. I said, yeah, I did it on purpose. But I'm so excited to start this summer midday show. It's going to be 6 shows in 6 Tuesdays from 2 to 2:30 Eastern Time. So very happy to be here. Happy you are here. And I'm in my kitchen because I figured if I'm saying show du jour, there's association with food and all that fun stuff. So I'm just going to put the menu there because I do have a menu for today. I'll just kind of give you a little overview. I'm a therapist. I have a therapy practice. And 4 years ago, I did an old podcast for about a year. It was called The Pause Button. So this is kind of my modified version of the pause button, which is basically, I'm just going to pick a topic that day. We'll talk a little bit, have a little bit of information, and I'm going to weave in music because that's such a big part of me too. And it's my show, so I'm putting some music in. It'll be fun. And it's not an interview show either. I just want to say that. So you all in the audience are my guests. And whether you're watching this live, you are part of the show, and feel free to comment. I'll have some questions for you, and feel free to share and comment. And even if you're watching this on replay, you're still part of the show. So feel free to comment, and I'm going to keep the conversation going for a number of days after this live show. So you are all my guests. I'm just here to kind of facilitate. And thank you, Jon Phipps, for directing this. He's at the helm. He's behind the scenes. Let's hear it for Jon Phipps, Mr. Cosmos creative TV person extraordinaire. And I'm in such good hands. So our topic today, I'm going to do something really corny here. I'm just going to move my head out of the way. You can see the topic there, gaslighting. This is something I feel really, really passionate about. My own personal experience makes me very passionate about gaslighting. But, I read the message threads on the Cosmos Facebook page. Jonathan always posts these great questions, and I read the answers. I sometimes answer myself. But what I notice is a lot of us are contending, myself included, with anxiety, depression. Sometimes, we want to hurt ourselves or not treat ourselves well. And sometimes that is genetic. Sometimes, it is part of our DNA, but other times it could be due to gaslighting, which is why I want to talk about gaslighting. And hopefully you in the audience will share your ideas and maybe your own experiences with gaslighting. So what is it? It is emotional and mental abuse, just plain and simple. It is somebody intentionally, through repetition, getting you to doubt what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're thinking, and even what you're sensing, what your heart or your gut is telling you. Their intention is to inflict pain and to get you to doubt yourself. And that leads to anxiety and depression. So that's why I want to bring it up. And my hope is that after the show, you'll be able to even better sort out, okay, what's a me thing and what is a gaslight thing. It is so insidious is the word I always think about when it comes to gaslighting. It's like this invisible force. And before you know it, you've been gaslighted. I never know what tense to use there, but before you know it, it's happened to you, and it's happened to me. I'm like, damn, it happened again. And there are so many different forms of it too. But just think about it this way. It's a person who would much rather inflict pain than care for you. We're not going to get into the why. I don't want to spend time and energy on that. I want to get into what it is and what we can do about it. Just a very basic example would be let's say you step outside with your partner. This tends to happen in relationships, and so you step outside and you just say, "Wow, what a beautiful blue sky it is today." A typical loving response would be, "Yeah, yeah, it is, isn't it?" That's just kind of a normal response, a loving response where you're connecting with the person. But a gaslighter response would be something like, "What are you talking about? The blue sky. There's a beautiful blue sky. You don't see it? No, no, I don't see it. Did you get much sleep last night? It's right up there. Oh, that thing. You must be colorblind because that's purple." But you kind of get the drift there. Of course, we all see the sky, but a gaslighter, just exaggerating what it is, would try to get you to believe that there's no sky up there. And oh, yeah, by the way, you got the color wrong, and it's not a big deal anyway. So they just kind of get you to start to feel crazy about yourself. And I don't mean like, hey, I'm crazy about myself, but you just start to feel crazy and you just can't trust what you're perceiving. So, my first question before I get into a song is, those of you out there that maybe have been exposed to gaslighting, were there warning signs that you didn't pay attention to? I'm guilty of that. I am totally guilty of that. In fact, my last relationship, I was very guilty of that. I saw some warning signs, but I didn't pay attention for various reasons. And so just think about that and feel free to share. I'm going to share mine after I sing this song called Warning Sign. I realize you really can't see my guitar, but anyway, here we go. This is called Warning Sign. Traveling at the speed of light, when I should have said goodnight, kept those window blinds shut tight, instead over my eyes, placed my bed on the finish line, 'cause I bailed through the warning sign. Carrying the weight of his world, it got heavier as it turned, rolling that boulder towards something bright. Turns out it was just gaslight. Had my sanity sacrificed, 'cause I denied the warning sign. Some things will never be, never gonna be what you think and see. If he doesn't wanna be what he could be, no love in the world will set things right. If you can, please heed my words. Can't make a diamond from a turd. Who's happy is stuck in time, entombed to be idolized. They'll pay way too high a price if you deny the warning sign. Ringing your own 4th of July when you see the warning sign. When you see the warning sign. When you see the warning sign. I see some comments rolling in. So, we've got to pay attention to those warning signs, because they're there. But gaslighters tend to be very charming, very magnetic, and they sometimes just know the right things to say to keep you attached. Hello, M. Hello, hello. So, okay, you know what? I'm going to flip over on my screen here so I can see who is around. I see Facebook user, but I don't know. I don't see a name attached to it. Hello, Ruby Ray. Hey, Ruby Ray, have you ever been gaslighted? I have. And let me tell you this. This was ex-boyfriend. Jumped into a relationship way too soon after my divorce was final. And, I didn't follow my own advice to wait. But what wound up happening was these little red flags were starting to show up. And finally I realized, oh no, this is not good. This is a toxic person. And hold on a second, I have to put my glasses on. Oh yeah, I know. Yes, doctors do gaslight, and politicians gaslight all the time. Geez, that's part of their job description. But my two takeaways from this relationship I was in, just being with a very charming gaslighter, it's sort of like a red flag is if somebody is judging my own feelings about something, as if I don't have a right to feel a certain way. It gets judged as, oh, you're being way too sensitive. You're, boy, I was only joking. That kind of thing. When your feelings aren't really taken into account and respected, or just your own subjective experience of something. So, if somebody's coming at you and they're judging how you feel, they're judging your own experience of something, just run, or at least keep them on the outer edge of your social circle. Don't bring them in. So that was one takeaway for me. And the other was, and this is a big one, is if you find you're with somebody who doesn't respect the wounds that you carry, and we all have wounding, we all just have those wounds, and a gaslighter likes to know what those are. Before you know it, they know it. And instead of honoring that wound, they poke at it and then judge you for how you feel for having that wound poked at. And just, psychopathic kind of stuff. And I've had that experience. And in my work, I have sometimes seen it when I'm in session with couples, and damn straight, I call them out on that. Jon, thank you for all the tags. And I see M, you're saying something here, but I've got to put the old glasses on. Yes, I see red flags when someone says you're not remembering it right, or the one I really hate, can't you take a joke? Yes. You're being way too sensitive, Em. You're being way too sensitive. Can't you even take a joke? Right. Yeah, I people will do that all the time. And I took a little notes on gaslighting, and that's definitely one of them. And that is, you're remembering it all wrong. No, I never said that. Well, okay, maybe I did say it, but I was joking. And stop crying because it's nothing. And meanwhile, you're in a lot of pain. And it's so weird to me how gaslighters and politicians do this. There is physical proof. There's something on tape, audio, or it's on film. It's like, no, I never did that. And through repetition, we can just sometimes just get gaslighted. Yeah, they're very, very good at that. Your memory's wrong, you're remembering wrong, way too sensitive, minimizing bad behavior. People make excuses. Hey, Jamie, I see you're chiming in. Okay, here are the glasses on again. I've dealt with that my whole life from family people. I've dated friends and coworkers. I know it is so, like I said, it's just insidious and it's invisible. And it's like, I hate that analogy of the frog that, you put the frog in cold water and then you put it on a stove, a low simmer, and before you know it, the frog is boiled to death. I hate that analogy, but that's what gaslighting is like. And it's way too late sometimes, as it was for me. And it causes so much damage. Now, there's another form of gaslighting that I think is more in our modern age because of social media. Um, it's kind of like grade school and high school. Gossip starts, lies start. People start to spread these stories that are not true, or maybe there's a half truth, so it kind of people might be more likely to believe it. But I don't know if any of you have had this experience, whether in school when you were a kid or on social media, where all of a sudden people start treating you differently and you don't know why. That's gaslighting. Someone gaslighted you in the dark shadows by spreading things about you. And to me, that is not only cruel, but very cowardly. And I've certainly been on the receiving end of that. And all it takes sometimes is a good friend to say, hey, so-and-so's saying this about you. So that's another form of gaslighting too. Jamie, you said something else there. Let me just see if I can catch it. I know, rumors serve no purpose except for the person spreading them, right? It just makes them feel better. Yeah, Sandy. So how do you handle someone like that? The first thing is that you don't try to get into a debate with them because they will never own up to what they've done. Gaslighting is really tied to narcissism. In fact, it's like one big blob of toxicity. You call them on their stuff, they will deny, they will deflect, they will debate you into the ground. And this is reminding me of something that Amity Grant had posted on Facebook. This came up on my newsfeed this morning, and I just want to read this because it really fits. And I think this is just kind of the start of how do you handle someone like this. You really lower your expectations. Don't expect them to just be decent, which sounds horrible for a therapist to say, I know, but these people are out there. So let me read this. This is courtesy of Amity Grant. You got to understand that some people never really grow. They never learn their lesson. They never recognize their mistakes. They never acknowledge their faults. They never admit they were in the wrong, and you will never receive an apology from them, and you will never see their behavior change. And it's true. So don't expect an apology, because the apology you'll get, you've all heard this before, right? I'll just illustrate the difference. Here's a sincere apology. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to hurt your feelings. I am so sorry. Let me make it up to you. That is the last thing I meant to do or wanted to do. Please accept my apology. Versus, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. Can't you take a joke? Boy, I won't go that, won't say that again around you. Whoa, but I'm sorry you feel that way about that stuff. I am so sorry that you feel that way. It feels so different, doesn't it? Instead of being validated and honored, you're being judged negatively, like, loser. But that's what gaslighters do. So never accept apologies, and lower your expectations. Don't get into a debate with them, because they're just very limited in that way. Jonathan, what are you saying here? Is the best apology changed behavior? Yeah. And, with gaslighters, yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah. But always negates what you just said before. Yeah. Actions speak louder than words. And that's one of these lifelong lessons for me. I sometimes forget. Actions speak louder than words. Gaslighters, narcissists are really good at paying lip service, really good at it. But, watch the actions. And if somebody is truly remorseful and feels empathy, didn't truly mean to make you feel like you were cuckoo crazy, they will change their behavior. Yeah. But typically, gaslighters, it is so chronic, it's so embedded in them. It's just part of that pathology, if that makes sense. I think it's just that lack of empathy and lack of remorse that makes that type of person an unsafe person. Let me just see how we're doing here. You take everything wrong. Yeah. It's always pointed back at us. And yeah, I'll share this story. And actually, this is part of a comedy routine I did. When I was dating this gaslighter, I got 8-minute stand-up comedy routine out of it and tons of songs. But what happened was he knew that my birthdays were very kind of sensitive times for me. He knew that. He had asked me about it. So, I shared some information with him as to why it's a real sensitive time for me. So he knew that wound. And what did he do on my birthday? Nothing. Made me feel horrible. And then he judged me for feeling horrible. That's a gaslighter. That's the worst kind, who will poke the wound. So let me see how the rest of you are doing here. John, you're tagging away. Sandy, did I answer your question about, yeah, Jamie, ignore the person, don't give them attention. Yeah. They get angry if you cry in front of them because of the way they have made you feel. And why they get angry is because it reflects poorly on them. And how dare you point out a flaw. And that's why gaslighting and narcissism are so embedded. Let me see, what else do I want to say before we close down here? Yeah, I think another thing too is talk to other people. Don't talk to the gaslighter. Talk to other people and share what you're going through, because it really is a reality check and it's a sanity check for you as well. Because it can sometimes be like Stockholm syndrome. You start to just sort of comply and not truly be yourself. And just surround yourself with people that love you, that care for you, that don't believe rumors and gossip, people that will honor, your own painful past and not poke at that wound. Just keep those people very close, and all the other ones, the outer edge of the social circle. And that's being generous. Anything else you all want to ask or say or share? Because I think I'm going to close out with a song here. Let me see here. It is hard when you love the person. Absolutely. Oh my God, absolutely. I totally agree. It is hard. It is truly hard. And it's almost like life has to force that change. It is truly hard to break away. And that's not to say that gaslighters are, 100%, horrible people, because they're not. Again, they can be quite charming and very smart and very funny. And you can get pulled into that and love that side of them. But I will say this was a huge, huge lesson for me. I learned that I can see potential in somebody and I hold on to that potential and I love that potential. But then the stuff that's happening right in front of me, I'm not paying any attention to, because I'm just paying attention to the potential and what I love about that potential. So I don't know if that's helpful with you, Sandy, but that was certainly a huge, huge lesson. So thank you all for your comments here. But what did Ruby Ray say? She got an amen. If you want to know about me, come to me. I have no shame. I just try not to deal with people telling other people about me. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. It's amazing how somebody can be an expert on you when they don't even know you, right? Let me tell you about so-and-so. And that happens a lot more on social media, I think, because we're all out there and people can gather information and then twist it. And I'm just making sure I've gotten to everybody here. Yeah. Just pardon me while I scroll. Take a look at my kitchen while I scroll. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And again, those of you that are watching this on replay, join the discussion, because I think there's so much that the more we talk about gaslighting, the more we talk about our own experiences, the more we are going to heal from them. And part of why I'm doing this too is not only just to share information and to talk about my own experiences, but it's helping me heal too, just to connect with you all on this level. And so let's keep this conversation going. Let's check those warning signs and just keep those people at bay. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah. I can't take any credit for the kitchen. It came this way when I moved in the house. All of the cabinetry. So I'm going to just close us out with a song, and this is sort of like an antidote to gaslighting, because when we're lighted, I'm still struggling with the verbiage there. We tend to feel just horrible about ourselves, and in a way, that's kind of the goal, and it's pretty intentional from a gaslighter. But I wrote this song when I was a music therapy student at UGA, and on my first day music therapy class, Dr. Grant told us that it was our job to help people remember that they are angels on this earth. And it just struck such a chord with me, and that was 30 plus years ago. And I remember going back to my teeny weeny little apartment, and I wrote this song, and I just want to sing it for you all. And let's honor those wounds and just not forget that we are angels on this earth, despite what the gaslighters want us to feel or believe. So this is called Angel Forgot. I said to her, can't you see? It's as if she's an angel that has forgotten. What words did you hear that led you wrong? What words did you believe that brought fear on? Can I help bring you back to your daydreams? A child in the ocean, not lost but free. Sandy. You are an angel that has forgotten. May you never forget. So see you all next time. Thank you so much for tuning in, joining in on the conversation. And again, if you're on replay, just comment away and I will respond. See you all next Tuesday with another hot topic.